You just remember to give it back. Get any of the pills on the top shelf of the glass cabinet.
What sort of pills are they?
Why should you care? You won't be taking any of them, will you?
I could do with the hair of the dog.
No dogs in here, Lizzie.
I'll see you later.
I don't know. She's a right bitch.
She's okay.
She'd sell you as quick as look at you.
You might be right.
Now, what are you doing in here, Lizzie?
Oh, I've got a shocking headache, Mrs. Jackson.
Then you can get something for it at sick parade.
I'm sorry I had to come back, Pat.
Hurry along now, Lizzie. You too, Pat, go take a shower. The police are waiting to question you.
About what? They know more about it than I do. They were just waiting for it to happen. Waiting for Davy to turn up so they could shoot him.
Well, from what I heard, he shot first. Or are you saying he didn't?
Oh, I don't know. All happened so quickly. Either way, it doesn't matter now. They won't even try to take him alive next time.
Then he'd be better off giving himself up, wouldn't he?
To say that he wouldn't be in till later.
Oh, never mind. I'll catch up with him later.
I'm afraid things are looking pretty black, Mrs. O'Connell. You've broken your parole. Consorting with a known criminal, a wanted man on the run. I can appreciate you wanting to help your son, but you must know, in the eyes of the law, that's no excuse. You must realize that if you go back to prison, your other children are going to have to be put in a home. Now, you can't do anything to help David, Mrs. O'Connell, but the little ones, you can do something there.
What?
Well, for a start, why did you want to see David? You must have known the risk you were running.
I thought he might listen to me. I wanted him to give himself up.
Did you have any other message for him? Or provisions, clothing, food, road maps, that sort of thing?
No.
Have you any idea where he might be hiding out? Look, Mrs. O'Connell, we'll help you if you help us. We'll try and get you back with your children. If you can tell us where David is now, that would be a great help.
How should I know?
You know, I think if David knew that the kids were going to suffer because of him, he'd give himself up, don't you?
Maybe.
Well, then, he'd understand if you told us where he is.
But I can't. I don't know.
Since his escape, you haven't had any prior contact with him?
I told you no.
Any other message for another person? Another one of his mates, perhaps? And you've no idea where he might be?
No.
I think you better give us a full statement, Mrs. O'Connell. Give her a piece of paper and a pen. Take your time, Mrs. O'Connell.
You in there, Herbie? Herbie! Oh, you took your time. Shooting through, are you?
Jesus, I thought you would have been out of the state.
Bloody cops swarming everywhere. I was lucky to get this far. Where's Shane?
You mean you don't know?
I didn't hang around to ask him, did I? Where is he?
He's dead.
Dead? How?
Said on the radio one of the coppers got him.
Bastards.
Yeah. It was all your bloody fault.
Don't give me that.
You know, it's the truth. Said on the radio he shot one of the coppers. Stone dead. They're going to skin you alive, mate. You've got to get out of the state.
I've got nowhere else to go.
Jesus, what a mess. What happened?
I don't know. Shane went to get Mum. I stayed in the car waiting for him. They started to cross the street. 2 cars pulled up. This plainclothes guy was yelling at Mum. I fired a couple of shots. There were cops everywhere. How did they know it was me? I've been thinking about it all night. It couldn't have been Mum. There wasn't time. You?
Me? I haven't been out of the place since you left. I did just as you said. If I had I wouldn't still be around, would I?
I suppose not.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go. There's nothing more I can do. I'll see you later, okay?
You're not going anywhere. Sit down. Unless you want me to think you did dog me in. You better do as I say, Herbie. I've got nothing to lose now.
Now, this is your statement. Listen to it carefully. I answered the doorbell on the day in question to Shane Berkeley. I had met him once or twice before and knew he was a friend of David's. He told me David was outside in a car and wanted to say goodbye before leaving the state. I decided to try and persuade him to give himself up. I went with Berkeley towards the car. We were only halfway when there were shots and Berkeley fell. Police arrived from several directions. The car drove off. I don't know if David was in it. I had not seen or heard from him since he escaped from prison and have not heard from him since. I have no knowledge of where he is at the present time. Do you have anything to add?
No.
You better sign that as a true and accurate record of your statement. Sergeant Reynolds, would you date and witness the signatures, please? If you should think of anything else, it would help your position. You know where to find me.
Inspector,
Yes?
could you get a message on the radio saying I wanted David to give himself up?
Certainly. Be pleased to. Might help.
Come along, Pat.
If she didn't reach David before the shooting, I don't see how they can possibly convict her of consorting.
You still think she's got a chance, then?
Yeah. Unless they can prove they met on an earlier occasion. She didn't even make contact. Greg stopped that.
I hope the court sees it that way.
Well, they're bound to. Where is Greg, by the way?
Working, I guess.
At the surgery?
I don't know, at the surgery or the prison. Why?
It's just that they've put one of the paper's top reporters on the story, and he'll probably want to ask Greg a few questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. This hasn't worked out very well for anyone, has it? Not even you.
How do you mean?
Losing your story.
Oh, no, I haven't lost it. He's just working with me. Which reminds me, I better be going. I'm meeting him for lunch. If you see Greg, will you tell him I'm trying to get in touch?
I won't be seeing him.
You two had an argument. About helping Pat O'Connell?
Yes. He doesn't think I should have become involved. He doesn't understand that this is my...